When you're viewing nothing but the best, you're watching ARTV. Stay classy, folks.
Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to ARTV for the first time in what feels like 2 weeks, and it's probably more like a month. I don't know why the ducker didn't work that well to start off with. I maybe should stop fiddling with the knobs while I'm doing this. I don't know why. Anyway, hey, how's it been? I kind of wanted to take a break, so it did. I'm surprised it took that much out of me. I think the obvious thing is that I'm just abandoning everything I've done up until now. In the sense of, I've already uninstalled Bioshock. I'm not touching that shit again. I just can't. I don't feel anything except kind of a mild boredom. What did I do during those 2 weeks? I made like 17 pizzas with my own 2 hands, which has driven me ever so closer to that kind of gold standard that the bartender from the Silver Case set up. You really just gotta whittle some wood. That's a very niche kind of reference. I'm sorry. No one knows what I'm talking about. Oh, Artie, this untranslated 2000 Japanese visual novel for the PS1? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Anyway, outside of making these pizzas, I played a bunch of Demon Souls, which is why you're hearing the character creator theme on loop for the last 7 minutes. I felt such a weird comfort playing that again. I felt it so much that I convinced Ice to give it a try, because me and Rob were talking about the Dark Souls and the Demon Souls and the Elden Ring. Because I also played a little bit of Elden Ring, because Cobb was playing that on his little show, and, you know, it started a slippery little slope, which I slid on my backside. I beat it again over 2 days. Put another cheeky little, like, 20-something hours into it. And now it's just in my head. It's consumed me, in a way. I'm kind of obsessed with it, for the moment. To a point where I specifically created a new character with the intention of possibly finding out the level range in which Ice will turn into human form after defeating a boss, and then immediately going on his ass. You know, that kind of shit. And I'm like theory crafting this build which will be like specifically engineered to provoke something in him. You know, he kind of wants to play a little bit of a tanky boy, you know, high armor, fat rolling all over the place, untouchable by damage essentially. And in my mind, the only answer to that is either getting the large sword of moonlight or blind. Because if he can't block it, he's gonna have to fat roll. And if he has to fat roll, then I got him. Anyway, that's my little thought experiment. On top of that, because he is only soul level 14, I have to be, I think, soul level 12 to be able to do that. I have to be 2 levels under him at all times. And obviously, I don't want to really stop playing that game right now. I'm kind of really into it. So I've just been going around the levels, and I beat, you know, 1-1, 2-1, all the first segments of all the 5 levels. And, like, that game just works, even without the levels and all that. Like, you just do 1-1, which is probably the hardest level, honestly. because you're just stuck there until you beat Phalanx. And that's all you can do with like whatever shitty gear you have. Thieves Ring and Cling Ring, and that's it. I'm becoming one of those guys. I don't know. I'm just... And I was trying to like get a chaser in and see what some other people were doing. Obviously no one has touched the PS3 version in fucking forever. Because of the PS5 one. And it seems to be the only thing anyone's ever playing, despite it running magnificently on modern systems, thanks to the gift economy and all. And I'm just kind of looking at how people are playing the game, and they're just playing Souls. And to me, Demon Souls is very, very different. It's I kind of derogatorily call it a puzzle game because it is. It is the most any of that series of games has been like a actual kind of Metroid Castlevania-ish game. I don't know. I really feel it. I don't like Dark Souls 1 as much as people cut it out to be. I play it and then I hit that second half and I just feel like, ugh, fuck this shit. And it doesn't have some of the conveniences, like Evacuate. It's such a good spell in Demon Souls, and it's just kind of not there. You have to walk from one place to another until you get the Lord Vessel, and then with the Lord Vessel you can warp to places, and I just don't care for it up until then. When I was playing the remastered version, because I wanted to try how it compares to the Prepare to Die one, I think I installed a mod to let me warp from the very start, and I enjoyed it so much more. Like, it is such a convenience that I think the only mod I tried for Elden Ring when I was playing it was non-dropping souls on death, and it somehow didn't improve the experience. Like, in the sense of it was kind of annoying me before, and it still annoyed me quite a lot after. Like, there's just a lot of running around in that game and a lot of samey shit. Anyway, I could talk about this all day, you know? The whole purpose we're here today is obviously I'm still looking to like chase that edge, and that edge isn't in Dark Souls, it's not in Elden Ring, it's not in Bloodborne, it's not in anything those guys have made after. So I'm kind of going back. And for some, how should I put it, futile reason, I decided to look up like what genres people would describe Demon Souls with, and it was like action-adventure, right? Okay, obviously I'm kind of chasing a little bit of an adventure game. I'm looking for it. And I look at, let's say, top 100 adventure games. And I start looking through the list, and obviously number 1, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Or TLoZ. TLoZ is what I will call it. Because that's what it is. TLoZ. Why? I mean, I kind of played it when I was a kid. Played it on a shitty laptop, emulated as fuck, obviously. I think I played just as far as the first dungeon before calling it quits. Obviously, it didn't grab my interest then, and I'm sure that it won't grab my interest now. But hey, if people keep saying this is the hardest shit in the universe, we don't play like almost any N64 games on this broadcast, so might as well diversify a bit, return to Mecca, as it were. I spent all night drawing up a little kind of thumbnail that I would enjoy, because I thought about just doing the classic cover, you know, beige, the logo on front. But I felt like I was a little bit too empty, so I put some stuff from the whatchamacallit, the 3DS port, which I do believe I have, but I won't be using that now. I want to get as clean of an experience as I can get out of this. Ironically enough, for the achievement sets to work on this, it uses the 1.0 version, not the Revision 1 or Revision 2 US copies. I don't know any of the version differences, so don't even bother. And I'm not interested, say no more. But you know, it's just weird to me. So I'm looking forward to like, kind of racking my brains around it. The other thing that I'm kind of willing to try is just pace myself a little bit more. Compared to like maybe previous broadcasts, because I do feel like I tend to rush things a little bit. I don't, you know, sit around and try to think things through. Because I was watching, the only thing that actually worked as a chase around for Demon's Souls was a commentary by Matthew Matersis. It's about like 2.5 hours long. And it's honestly the most enjoyable piece of, like, it's not even critique, it's just a commentary track for Demon's Souls. And it functions a little bit like those additional commentary tracks on movies from like the Criterion Collection or something. It exactly fits that kind of mold. And I'm just enamored with it. He did such a great job on that. It's such a good piece of work. And I kind of feel like it sucks to like even try and emulate it, because I know that I'm not capable of it as it stands. Because I feel like you can only really do that for something you really enjoy and you've gone through and thought about it for a long enough time. Obviously you can't do that for something that you're just experiencing for the first time, which will be the case with us here in Ocarina of Time. TLoZ. Sorry, I cracked myself up saying TLoZ. It will annoy someone. I genuinely hope it will. 99% of the people who broadcast to watch this game are interested in speedruns, which will be none of what I will be doing. I plan on getting through this and being done with it. I'm not the biggest Zelda fan ever. The last Zelda game I enjoyed was Spirit Tracks for the Nintendo DS. And people really hate that one, because it's not like the other Zeldas, which means that I will probably hate the other Zeldas. Alright. I think that's a decent amount of spiel before we get into... God, I love this track so much. Soul of Mist. I don't think it's officially called that, but just, god damn it. Fucking Demon's Souls, man. It's such a good fucking game. Surprisingly, cut to the intro in like a kind of correct fashion. And I was sitting here yesterday staring at this, thinking, okay, that's obviously like a really cool kind of effect that they've masked onto the logo. I'm going with as default settings as I can to try and capture the sensationalism of not too anti-aliased N64 polygons. But I noticed it kind of plays these attract mode videos. It's like maybe it's a cutscene from later in game. It's just like kind of snippets of different characters that I know nothing about, and then it goes back to this. You can see that even the sky is like rotating and changing color and moving. Like, obviously there was a lot of technical design in this to, like, fit it onto a system as limited as the N64. Which I am very much appreciative of. Like, making a big kind of game on that kind of hardware is... I don't know what to really call it. It's amiable. It's, you know, it's... I want to be able to do that. And they even try to break up the little textures on the ground with little dirt patches, so it's not just a repeating grass texture and over and over. And obviously, like, the little shadow decals underneath. Someone actually did manage to get a working version of kind of real-time shadows on an N64 port of Portal before it was cancelled. Let's see, now it's a different character vignette. I think there's 3 in total. Obviously, I kind of know through cultural osmosis that this is, what is it called? The Ganondorf? And then there's one more. That will hopefully play after this. This was like 1998, I think. There's like a copyright thing that's gonna pop up in a bit. Yeah, it's 1998. I don't really know what to expect. Like, I kind of have a vague knowledge of, like, one mechanic. I guess I should get the bona fides out at this point. I know that at some point you find the Master Sword in some kind of church, and it switches you into the future. I don't remember if it's Majora's Mask or not. There's like a moon trying to crash into the Earth. So this might be in this game. And there's kind of a weird, like, puzzly element to figuring out exactly what to do and when to do it, and some things are changing backwards and forwards in time. I think this should be the last vignette. Yeah. One other thing I remember being annoying as a kid was the layout of the N64 controller. Because it was some arcane sorcery, honestly. So I don't know how it fits onto all of this. Stir actually has settings for headset. Okay. So let's, I guess, try and start it. I don't know if this has the kind of cheeky name cheat codes that the original Zelda had. Was it not Zelda? It was one of the Zeldas where you could type something and you'd get like a bonus or something would change. I might be misremembering. Alright. In the vast deep forest of Hyrule, long have I served as a guardian spirit. I'm known as the Deku Tree. Children of the forest, the Kokiri, live here with me. Each Kokiri has had his or her own guardian fairy. Can't read. It's been a while. However, there's only one boy who does not have a fairy. Only serve to turn it up a little bit. Navi, where art thou? Come hither. Oh, Navi the fairy, listen to my words, the words of the Deku Tree. Dost thou sense it? The climate of evil descending upon this realm? Malevolent forces even now are mustering to attack our land of Hyrule. For so long the Kokiri Forest, the source of life, has stood as a barrier deterring outsiders and maintaining the order of the world. But before this tremendous evil power, even my power is as nothing. It seems this time has come for the boy without a fairy to begin his journey. The youth whose destiny it is to lead Hyrule to the path of justice and truth. Navi, go now. Find our young friend and guide him to me. I do not have much time left. Fly, Navi. Fly. That's kind of like a weird spoken word William Shatner album. Fly, Navi. Fly. The fate of the forest, nay, the world, depends on thee. And I guess this serves to kind of show you the path to where you need to go. On top of kind of showing you the entire level that you're going to be rummaging around. Hey, Artie, wake up. The great Deku Tree wants to talk to you. Get up. Hey, come on. Can Hyrule's destiny really depend on such a lazy boy? Look at that lighting effect they're doing right there. Finally woke up. I'm Navi the Fairy. Great Deku Tree asked me to be your partner from now on. Nice to meet you. The Great Deku Tree has summoned you, so let's get going right now. Alright. Oh my god, it's so floaty. It's my little roll button that can hurt me immensely. It's an attack button. Nothing else seems to do anything. I'm not very familiar with how exactly this game works, but I'm trying to see if I can get like a text prompt or something. Kokiri Forest. Hey, Arty. Mushrooms. Put away. No, that doesn't do much for me. It is also interesting that I felt like these interior sections, they chose to have a entirely pre-rendered background. But it's also very much three-dimensional. I imagine this is just either a texture applied to like some really bare bones geometry. Because obviously this has collision and can, you know, be clipped behind. It was done to probably save some time. Oh, now I can check it. My records. Spiders squished. Largest fish caught. Marathon time. Horse race time. Horseback archery. I have no records whatsoever. And there's your ruby. Or rupee, sorry. So they changed the angle once you're done. The Navi turns green. Once you're kind of in here and have something to interact with. That's my camera toggle. I read this. What he says. Hey. Wow, a fairy. Finally a fairy came to you. Wow, that's great news. I'm so happy for you. You're a true Kokiri. Is that right? The Great Deku Tree has summoned you? It's quite an honor to talk... an honor to talk to the Great Deku Tree. And we'll wait for you here. Get going. Go see the Great Deku Tree. So I suppose that first cutscene is either some kind of premonition or not. Because to me initially that meant that maybe when he was out and about with his original fairy, he saw Zelda being kind of exfiltrated from the castle, followed by Ganondorf, and then Ganondorf maybe snatched his fairy or something. That's how I saw it. But now it's like, oh, finally one came to you. As in, he's probably never had one before. Also, I guess because of the lack of the second analog stick, this is pretty much kind of Monster Hunter controls. We just tap a button. Wait for you here, get going, go see the Great Deku Tree. Can I read the map? I guess I really just have to figure it out. Okay. And that's my main menu. Hey, how's it going? Welcome. What else do we have? Quest status. I have no quest yet. I have some equipment, which would I like to save? Let's say that I would. So that's green. Oh right, it's the analog stick that does all of this. I imagine there's a bunch of hacks that let you customize this to no end. So that's fine. Alright. I think this is a little bit too loud for me, so let me take it down another notch. So obviously there's like a lot going on around here. Let's say I'm willfully ignorant. What's this? Just ahead, Great Deku Trees Meadow. Let's say I beeline it for there. What do we have here? Hey you, Mr. No Fairy. What's your business with the Great Deku Tree? Without a fairy, you're not even a real man. What? You got a fairy? Say what? The Great Deku Tree actually summoned you. What? Why would he summon you and not the Grey Meteor? This isn't funny. I don't believe it. You aren't even fully equipped yet. How do you think you're going to help the Great Deku Tree without both the sword and shield ready? What? You're right. I don't have my equipment ready, but if you want to pass through here, you should at least equip a sword and shield. Notice how they're like color coding these, so that whenever a sword is mentioned, it's probably just going to be always green, or a shield, it's always going to be kind of a teal, or whatever that color is. Sheesh. And so now you're kind of left to wander a little bit. Figure out how to get a sword and how to get a shield. So you have really no choice but to kind of wander a little bit. You're forced to already engage in a kind of exploratory experience. See what's in the House of the Twins. They obviously have a pot that they once smashed. And I just left a rupee on someone's bed. Sorry about that. My sister took some rupees and went shopping at the store that has a red roof. Teehee. Speaking of rupees, a green one is worth 1, and a blue one is worth 5, and a red one is worth 20. So I guess all that she's trying to really do is you put away. I don't know if there's any actual detriment to having the fairy out. Guess we'll find out, won't we? Okay, there's a dialogue skip button. So I guess all that she is there to do is kind of teach you about the currency and tell you the location of the shop. So now, obviously, if you're a kind of young and impressionable kid, you're going to be looking for something with a red roof, and that looks like it. So now you know, okay, there's a shop right there. They even have little jibs. I mean, it's not really jibs, it's just a particle effect, I guess. Though at this time in game development, that wouldn't really be a particle effect, would it? When you just crash a rock into the wall, it just turns into like 5 independent objects. It's probably a lot of optimization to make that look as kind of good as it does. Because loading like 5 smaller low poly rocks is probably still kind of a big ask for a game that has so many things on screen at once. That meanie Mito made me cut the grass at Saria's house. Mito told Saria he would do it so she would like him, but I'm the one doing all the work. You and Saria are close friends, so will you help me cut the grass? Let you keep anything that you find while cutting it. There was like a trick to this, wasn't there? I had to do something to make this work. Okay, let's presume. It's not really too hard of an assumption, right? That I don't know how to do that. And I will eventually figure it out. And this is probably Sari's house. Yes, it is. You can probably see how I'm gonna easily become a little bit frustrated with how kind of infantilizing it is to have things constantly repeated to you. Like, oh, go to the Deku Tree. The Great Deku Tree is really important, so you should go to the Deku Tree right now. Talk to me after you've gone to the Great Deku Tree. Or I'm in front of Saria's house, which is right here to the left of me. I shouldn't be in front of Saria's house with the thing on the roof. That's probably the only big thing I'm gonna find annoying. And so her house is full of random little floating hearts that will heal me, should I need them. Do these respawn, or am I making a dent in my future prospects? Well, they do respawn, so if I do want to come back here, I can. Is it mashing? Could it be mashing? No. What if I put you away? Okay. Still incapable of figuring that one out. We move on. We move on until we figure out how things work. Oh, you have a fairy now. That's great. What? You've been called by the Great Deku Tree? What an honor. He may give you a special gift. That's because the Great Deku Tree is our father, the Forest Guardian. He gave life to all of us Kokiri. There you go. And some spoils for all my hard work. How about you? You lifting rocks, buddy? Press the A button by the stone, pick it up. The A button by the stone, pick it up. Mean old Mito, he made me pick up the rocks in front of his house. Because he has so many rocks. And all of these things here are to kind of tutorialize you on how to just do this over and over. I don't know if there's any tangible benefit to doing all of this hard labor. Okay, we got one. Alright. And this is his house, you know, because he's picking the rocks up in front of the house. You are so intelligent, aren't you? Alright. And we already have some chests, which I don't remember. Let's see if there's anything cool in. 5 rupees. Rummage through someone's house at such a young age and pick up all they have. My life's energy is recovered. And I imagine these don't close back up. Yep. Alright. How about you? Oh, a fairy finally came to you? You have a lot to learn. The best place to go and learn some new skills is the Forest Training Center. It's on the hill just above here. Alright, so let's do that. Forest Training Center. Don't recklessly cut signs. Read them carefully. Trust attack signs. Thrust your sword. I mean, we don't really have a sword, so that doesn't help much. So I guess we should come back here later, when that's relevant. House of the Know-It-All Brothers. The slightly less than all-knowing. Just know-it-all. Can teach you about the icons at the top of the screen. About the yellow icons? Let's find out. 3 yellow icons in the upper right are called C icons. They display the things you can use with the left, down, and right buttons. Once you get a C button item, go to the select item subscreen and set it to one of the 3 C buttons. So those are like shortcuts essentially. Did that clip through the roof? You're welcome, speedrunners. Your next record is on me. If you want to learn about the map and items, just ask me, but don't ask unless you want to hear a long explanation. What do you want to know about? Okay. There is a map displayed at the bottom right of the screen. The yellow arrow shows your current position and direction you're facing. The red mark shows where you entered the area from. And that just skips the whole thing. So it's not as... not just like an instant text button. There are 3 kinds of items: equipment items, C-button items, and quest items. Equipment items are the things like a sword and shield and clothes, and are effective when you equip them. But C-buttons can be set to the shortcut buttons and used by pressing those buttons. Quest items are things you collect during your adventure, you just carry them around. Want to change equipment? Check your inventory, press start. Get to the subscreens. Switch to one of the 4 different subscreens with Z and R. Change items as you please. Decide to equip something, press the button, and then the C buttons and that. It's a pretty long explanation. Did you understand everything? How to use the up button? Sure. If you press it, you can change your view. Placed like this, it will switch to a top-down view, outdoors. In a field, for example, you'll switch to a first-person perspective. Also, when Navi is displayed in the upper right of the screen, Navi the fairy wants to talk to you. Use that to listen to her. Is that so? Let's find this button. That's not the button. Okay, so it's bound to the right stick. Which is a little bit odd, but I guess we'll get used to it. And there we are. With the camera inverted in the most annoying way. Okay. Still none particularly wiser. He's blocking me. Forest folk shall not leave these woods. You're not allowed to leave the forest. The great Deku Tree said that if a Kokiri leaves the forest, he or she will die. Okay, there's a big jewel right there. Did we talk to you before? I wonder if the Great Deku Tree gave life to everything in the forest. I mean, in addition to us Kokiri. Those are all good questions. Okay, and for that I actually got some reward. Stepping stones in the pond. If you boldly go in the direction you want to jump, you will leap automatically. If you hop around on the stones, you will become happier. Which I imagine is getting the extra 5. Kokiri shop. We have original forest goods. Hey Artie, look this way. Look over here with Z. Talk to me with A. Yeah, that's how you use a ferry. It's so great that you finally have a ferry partner. Teach you how to talk to people using your ferry. When a ferry flies near a person or anything, press Z to look at that direction. If you use Z targeting, you can talk to people from a distance, like we're doing now. When you have nothing that you can target, you can press Z just to look around. Try it out. It kind of locks you into a strafe step kind of situation. And there's your shop. This shop, it sells things that you can get in the forest for free. You know how to use the Deku shield? When you get the shield, press start to get to the subscreens. Select the equipment subscreen with so-and-so. On the equipment subscreen, choose the item you want to equip and do the thing. Now you can change the angle? Okay, give me a moment. Sorry, I had to annoy the cat. Welcome. Look at this short little guy. Shop around by moving the left or the right. Talk to the owner. You sell shields but not swords. Deku seed. 30 rupees. Use them as bullets for your slingshot. Can't buy them unless you have a slingshot. Well, they don't. You need a bow to shoot them. Use them and you'll run out. So there's 10 pieces of arrows, there's 30 arrows. Recovery heart. Deku shield for 40 rupees. Set on fire, it will burn. Deku nuts. Throw them and stun your opponent. Carry in the limited amount. Deku stick. Can use it as a weapon, but it will break. And more nuts. So if I really want to, I can get a shield from here. I don't know if that's really misleading when she says these are things you can get from the forest for free. Oh, I guess you can vault a little bit. That's interesting. Oh, that's just a proper hop, isn't it? I can already see platforming being a little bit of a problem. You came all the way up here? You're a real man. Look, isn't this view pretty? Change your viewpoint with up, so you can look around the forest. Ugh. There you go, and obviously there's something over there that's of some interest. A secret little hole right there. Anyone else have anything up on their rooftops? Oh, by the looks of it. Let's try seeing how falling is handled. Actually, pretty good. Things considered. Got another fiver here. Can climb walls that are covered in vines. And it kind of automatically adjusts to let you see down that ledge. I guess it is worth mentioning how, for the most part, you don't actually need an additional stick for the camera. They must have been a bitch to make with those kind of limitations. Just like an automatically adjusting camera that does this. Like, how do you even detect the edge? The statue's one-eyed gaze pierces into your mind. And nothing more, apparently. One-eyed gaze. Now I'm in the Lost Woods, where I imagine I will continue to be incredibly lost. You know what? Let's stick around, see what's up. Skull Kid. This is what happens to kids who get lost in the forest. He might be our friend if we do something. Oh, now he's run away. Might be our friend if we do something. Is about as non-descriptive as it gets. Okay. Skull Kid. I guess this whole thing is done so that you kind of... Well, that's an entire loading trigger. And that's the way out. So in there, what about here? So there's several little exits that take you to the same place. Is this gonna... Okay. So I guess the idea of the Lost Forest is it takes you out of it every once in a while. You just kind of have to intuit your way through it. I almost feel like you can tell which ones are the trap ones purely by the fact that usually the ones that have kind of a white tunnely thing are the ones that take you outside. Obviously you wanted to talk about something just here. But it's kind of struggling to tell me why. And I can dive. But I can't dive too deep. Okay. So that's gonna lead me to something. That's gonna lead me to the outside. Yeah, this is just kind of a dead end, isn't it? Seems like I didn't really have anything to do here, so I might as well just get out. For the time being. Okay, so I can just take falls as much as I want. I mentioned the whole idea of Can I, like, keep farming this forever? Or does it require me to, like, go in and out of a building? Because maybe it's reloading the entirety of the Lost Forest. And then doing this. Yeah, so you go into a building, if you don't have money, you do those 3 hops, you get 5. And you're kind of done. I can get that for 40 and that for 10. Got a Deku shield. Is that to crouch and defend? And imagine that's kind of my first weapon. Oh no, just a stick. Set it to C and swing it with C. When you want to put it away, stand still and press. You can carry 10 sticks. Okay. But that's an actual equipable then. And now I have the thing on my back. Okay, so I could probably use this for, I don't know, weed whacking? Let's try weed whacking with this thing. And my stick broke. So it's no good. Can't use the stick to do all that. Can I talk to him using the... No, we can only attack him apparently. Oh. So much for that fence. Now let's work on some moves. Jump sideways while Z targeting. Press A as you move right or left. Do a backflip. Do a roll attack. If your sword ready while Z targeting, you can jump. You can use Z targeting on the stone next to me. Oh, because if you press A on him, it doesn't work as good. I get it. And so it gives you a bunch of rupees because you did a backflip. I'm actually destroying something, but... Now I have a vague memory of... How do I cancel this? Because it's switching between the two. This isn't that. Okay, so it just have to be in a weird angle to do it. Hole of Z. Let's go through the small hole. Stand in front of the hole, push towards it, and turn. And I guess this is them showing off how you can have like different camera angles and everything. It's kind of the same effect that Metal Gear Solid 1 had. I think that was also in 98. When you have no object to look at, you can just look forward with Z. Stop moving and then change the direction you're facing. Hold Z down for a while. You'll be oriented in the direction you want to face. It's quite convenient. You walk sideways while facing straight ahead. Walking sideways can be a very important technique in dungeon corridors. Turn around and try doing that right now. Nope. Still nothing. So can I just follow it? Right. What do we have here? Visit the house of the Know-It-All Brothers to get answers to all your item-related questions. You got the Kokiri sword. This is a hidden treasure of the Kokiri, but you can borrow it for a while. Be sure to practice with it before you really fight. So, okay, already we have kind of like a weird, like, implication that you see the, like, obvious sword practice zone. And you decide, no, actually, let's just go in there to find the first sword. Unless there's absolutely, like, another way. I also kind of enjoy the implication that we're just, like, stealing a priceless artifact. You can just borrow it for a while, you know? Just don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry. It's not like anyone's gonna miss it. Could have probably just went left, but I'm not that kind of guy. Alright, so now we kind of have the bare bones gear that is required to proceed. But I feel like going outside and just trying to actually go through this tutorial now. Thrust attack signs. To thrust with your sword, press towards the target while Z targeting and then press B. Which I guess is what they wanted out of me. Cut grass with your sword. If you swing with B, you'll cut horizontally. If you hold Z as you swing, you'll cut vertically. If I hold forward, it's like that. So if there's like a direction at all, there's a slash, but if I don't press anything, it does sideways. Oh yeah, I've seen people do this. Oh, that's... Why is that now not a dodge roll? So it is now an attack, even though... Like, this still works as before. Now that's an attack. That's kind of weird. That they would teach you a forwards roll and then it immediately vanishes the second you get it. Like, I guess it is ambitious that they're even trying to tutorialize you at all. I feel like having an entire level dedicated to you figuring out how to do things is not an entirely common practice. At least at this time in the industry. And I can just come in here and do the work. And maybe do it for him too. Oh no, that one's protected. So that's less of a quest and more of a, hey, there might be stuff in grass kind of observation, I guess. No hops onto that? Alright. What do you have to say for yourself? Yeah? Oh, what's that? Oh, you have a Deku shield? And what's that? Is that the Kokiri sword? Good grief. Yada yada does it. Well, even with all that stuff, a wimp is still a wimp, huh? I, the great Mido, will never accept you as one of us. Shoot. Did you get to be the favorite of Sari and the Great Deku Tree, huh? Grumble, grumble. I don't know if there's any other way to get a sword and shield in this. I kind of feel like the options are limited to actually finding that chest and then buying the shield with all the stuff you get along the way. Okay, obviously I panicked there for a little bit. And I lost my opportunity to get a stick. I stingered that guy with a thrusting attack. Great Deku Tree, I'm back. Oh, Navi, thou hast returned. Arty, welcome. Listen carefully to what I, the Great Deku Tree, am about to tell thee. Thy slumber these past moons must have been restless and full of nightmares. As the servants of evil gain strength, a vile climate pervades the land and causes nightmares to those sensitive to it. Verily, thou hast felt it. The time has come to test thy courage. I have been cursed. I need you to break the curse with your wisdom and courage. Dost thou have courage enough to undertake this task? No. Perhaps you do not yet have the confidence in your abilities. Return to the Kokiri Forest to learn the skills of combat. When thou art ready, return here and speak with me by using Z. I kind of feel like walking around and seeing what trouble I can get into. What the fuck is the point of Z targeting if it doesn't... It doesn't target the thing I'm Z targeting. Okay. Already getting a little bit petty. I'm getting so many sticks, one of which I paid for. Oh yeah, and the most annoying thing about playing Zelda games is just this sound. Statue's one-eyed gaze gazes into your mind. I imagine at some point I would just have to find all of those. And they just instantly turn into sticks. I guess I should go get my health back. As much as I don't want to. Or just lose in this corridor now. Okay, so that's that. Would I like to save? Yeah, let's see what happens. What's the punishment for death? Walking out of the shop. I still have my thing, I still have the item. So the punishment is just being forced to backtrack a little bit. Oh, it's because I'm using the wrong button. I'm using the jump button instead of the... Great Deku Tree has summoned you. Please come with me. Alright. Interestingly, you can, like, angle it, and it's terribly angleable. I don't know if they ever make use of this mechanic in any particular way. And I genuinely hope they don't. Sure. Now the very there must aid him. And Adi, when Navi speaks, use to listen well to her words of wisdom. And so from what I remember, this is kind of the first dungeon that you kind of have to get your grips with. It's full of guys. I already have a nut. I have a Deku nut. I can bind it. Try throwing it, it will flash and stun the enemy. Let's do that. Also, what happened to that second screen? So the map is now changed. There's the first floor. Shows me where I'm at. None of those things. Let's just regain some health. Okay, combat's a little bit weird. But you get a lot of these nuts. So I guess there's an implication that you ought to maybe get a bunch of them and use them on enemies. Look! Can see down below this web using that button. I mean, see is a very generous word. But I guess that is true. You can see that it is locked, and that you will eventually have to do this. Look at this wall. The vines growing on it give it a rough surface. Maybe you can climb it. What about the ladder that is a human-made instrument of climbing? What does that give me? Full send. Kind of takes me to the same place I would have been anyway. So I'd say that's pretty good. Spiders on the wall, but I'm not interested in that now. I'm interested in what's in the box. I have a dungeon map. Blue chambers are places you have already visited. Your current location is the flashing room. Move up and down to select a floor. Oh, now I have a thing in the minimap. Or I have a minimap at all to begin with. And there's an implication that there are... Is that 5 floors? It's got a work cut out for us. Let's say I throw a nut at you. Nut didn't work. What about his? Skull Waltula, be careful not to touch it. It's a little bit too tall. Okay, that didn't do what I needed it to. Well, be careful not to touch it. Doesn't really do much for me, frankly. What about here? You can open a door by standing in front of it and pressing a button. Okay. What do we have here? Oh no. Oh no, I'm being fired at. It was this button. It's not that much of a thrusting attack, honestly. Oh. I had to reflect it back at it. Okay. I thought I had to hit it in some opportune moment. Oh. Owie. Forgive me, Master. If I gave you a clue, will you let me go? When you jump off a high cliff, if you hold forward, you'll roll on the ground when you land and you won't get hurt from a fall. Can't guarantee it'll work though if the cliff is really, really high. Try it for yourself if you're feeling bold. I'm off. And that's your little puzzle snake, I guess. That's the one to the outside. I want to go back in. Okay. That is fallen. We have a new thing. What's in box number 2? A fairy slingshot. Okay. Bind it to a button. As I hold the button, I can aim. Press C to unleash a Deku Seed. If you want to shoot right away, when you first press C, hold down C a little longer to get a seed ready. That is probably going to be annoying considering the layout that's currently going on. Are they immediately going to give me an opportunity to do something with this? Because this is a climbable wall. Smaller chest. It's just a recovery heart. Doesn't increase my maximum in any way. And there's a ladder over there, which is somewhat interesting. And I could have interacted with it in some way. So let's get back here. Look, something is hanging up there. Looks like an old ladder. Can I shoot at it? It is. Oh, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to come back up. Okay. Now I have extra Deku Seeds that I can use as bullets for my stuff. It also didn't respawn the... well, more likely it did first time around. I guess the first time around is a guaranteed spawn. That was interesting. There's regrow. And they have a little, like, scaling animation that does that. They have a cap. 30 seeds. So now I imagine... go outside here and start using my slingshot to clear the way upwards from the tarantulas. And I get extras of these. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. I want to look up, so I have to... oh, that is odd. Wow, this is involved, isn't it? Right, and holy shit. No, not there. Like that. That's a big one. Big Skulltula. Soft belly is its weak point. Oh my god, there's 17 aiming modes. Okay. Good, I suppose. So they're not really doing anything to stop me. I was just doing that to figure out how to interact with them in any meaningful way. Because now, see, that's... It looks like that torch was burning not too long ago. It has to be lit in some way. Oh, wait, I know. I have a stick. Aha! And that's a button. Shit. What is that? You destroyed a gold sculpture. Got a token proving you destroyed it. Okay, recover that. Now I have to get back up. Press this again. Ah. Good. Open. I found a compass. Can now see the locations of many hidden things in the dungeon. Many hidden things. There's kind of a thing here too. Okay, now I can look. It's a very kind of maximalist control scheme, I feel. They had to fit a lot of weird 3D stuff onto a controller that doesn't really do incredibly well with it. Okay, and now I have a compass, which is all well and good. So I allegedly need to actually do something. What happens if I do this? Just lose the heart. So that's too high of a jump. When these regrow, next thing is a heart, and now rubies, right? Can I, like... don't understand how combat is supposed to work, really. I'm a little bit perplexed by it. Okay, so now... what do I know? I know I can... oh, that's bouncing up and down a little bit. That's nice. It's a good effect. So I'm guessing the red thing is supposed to be the super hidden thing? I feel like that was a good idea. Maybe jump from even higher into the middle is maybe the plan. That doesn't do much for me. Do I actually have to manually aim this to get this guy? Or is it gonna automatically do it? Okay, it kind of does it. That's interesting. So there's like a soft auto aim too, which is probably a first. Because this might unironically be some of the like earliest first-person shooter mechanics. Okay. Alright, it spins. Okay, nice. I have no fucking clue. Alright, and so now I run. And that wasn't it either. I have a slingshot and a compass. And I can set fire to things. Something here, perhaps? No, that's just a secret-y thing. If I open up this, what does it tell me? I have a map and compass. Into the third. So I need to get to the first floor. And do something there. I have one golden thing, which is apparently important to something. Oh, fuck. Why is this such a massive effort? I have no doubt that at some point all of these controls were streamlined to a... Okay, I wanted to target you. I have no clue. Already. Look at spiders. Tried jumping from the 3rd floor. Tried jumping from this. I don't know if I'm necessarily hitting. And there's obviously a kind of implication that, yeah, look, it's something to do with the middle. And this is the way it came from. Can I? No, that gets extinguished way too quickly. Is there a torch down there? I don't think there is. To like fall down with a burning stick? And these guys respawn, so, yeah, what? Like, I can get the stick out? There'd be these guys again. And it also feels like a very Moon Logic-y kind of solution as well. No, that just burnt my stick. Oh, it is. It is what I thought it was.
Watch out!
Not that the plunging attack at any point was really a thing up for discussion. Sure. And we already kind of have like a, hey, look, it's a chest. There's a thing you can light. Okay. There's my little reward for being very smart. Which is kind of a non-reward. Okay. So it's kind of bring it over here by doing this jump. Is what I'm guessing. Without getting hit, probably. Or better yet, the whole point of Z targeting, the purpose of the system, is that the system works. See, I faffed around too much. I wouldn't call this like the most engaging kind of stuff, but I guess it does expect you to figure some things out. Please forgive me, Master. I'll never do it again. If you spare me, I'll teach you something cool. You'll never beat my brothers up ahead unless you punish them in the proper order. And the order is 2, 3, 1. 20. I couldn't read that, but I guess I don't deserve to. 2, 3, 1. Strong iron bars are blocking the door. You can't open them with your hands. Okay, but what about that thing? Okay. Lucky guess. After you get into the water, if you hold down, you can dive. I bet there are some interesting things underwater. Does this hurt me underwater? No? Okay, that's good. Interesting things underwater. And I can somehow not get on top of that. Can I get onto the platform? No. Neither here nor there. Oh, but there's a button here. That lowers the waterfront. Okay. I am kind of continuously amazed by how, like the floor for what a puzzle is a little bit higher here. Like, this is stuff that you actually kind of have to think about it for a second. Used to have to think a little bit more. Oh, they didn't mean actually block. They meant kind of pretend block. Still a little bit more. Or are we not interested in this? There's the climb option. I feel like I'm getting a little bit lucky most of the time with these. Like, I should farm sticks, is what this tells me. Oh, here. So, see, sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. It's weird to me, it's inconsistent. I know the age of this game is probably confusing. Excuse me. What kind of creature are you? Okay. So now it's time for some puzzle snakes. Open this because it will probably be invaluable in some way. Okay. We have to take one there. Open this up and quickly go into the hole. And hope that we cannot be followed. Can push that into the water, which probably what they want me to do, because where else would it be? Okay. Let's do something like that. There's another place to fall down into and a bunch of stick monsters. Okay, you can't do that. This feels like an opportunity to shoot those guys off the wall. This sucks so much. Can we just switch? Is this the start of the dungeon? How did this happen? Let's see. So that... what did that do exactly? That let me be able to go there. Now I need a way to jump off of something to open that hole. This is done so that I can climb back up here. Can I can't reach any of these. That is death. Oh no, it's water. Yeah, no wonder I didn't like this as a kid. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to... Oh, I see. And that's the order now, right? And there's your password. Let's hope that you remember it. How did you know our secret? How irritating. It's so annoying that I'm going to reveal the secret of Queen Goma to you. In order to administer the coup de grace to the Queen Goma, strike with your sword while she is stunned. Oh, Queenie. Sorry about that. Well, strike while she is stunned sounds like a non-issue, really. This is the first boss fight, I imagine? It's a big enemy crawling on the roof. Can't see much. Okay. I see you. Parasitic armored arachnid Goma. Okay, Navi, what do you got to tell me? Goma is one of the parasitic monsters inside the Deku tree. Its eye is vulnerable when it is red. Not the things I want. I want hearts. Thank you. I don't think I'm doing too well. I feel like that's the first genuine hit I got in. Okay, now I see. Now I see. Okay, that's pretty involved, all things considered. And there's your heart container. So what it actually asks of you is to kind of have a good way of targeting it. I don't really know how to say what I'm thinking. I also heard a weird sound. Because this is obviously a little bit too clunky, but it's the only way that you could actually get those shots unless you manually aim, which probably not great. Manual aiming. I suppose using the flash pods is also kind of like an emergent little mechanic, though I don't think I was making too much use of it. I was probably hitting armor more than anything else. Well done. Thou hast verily demonstrated thy courage. Know that thou would be able to carry out my wishes. Now I have yet more to tell ye. Would thou listen? Sure. Listen carefully. A wicked man of the desert cast this dreadful curse upon me. Wicked man of the desert. This evil man ceaselessly uses his vile sorcerous powers in his search for the sacred realm that is connected to Hyrule. For it is that sacred realm that one will find the divine relic, the Triforce, which contains the essence of the gods. Before time began, before spirits and life existed, 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaos that was Hyrule. Din, the goddess of power, Nairu, the goddess of wisdom, and Faror, the goddess of courage. Din, with her strong flaming arms, cultivated the land and created the red earth. Nairu poured her wisdom onto the earth and gave the spirit of law to the world. Faror, with her rich soul, produced the life forms who would uphold the law. Then they became itemized. The 3 great goddesses, their labors completed, departed. Golden sacred triangles remained, the point where the goddesses left. Since then, the sacred triangles have become the basis of our world's providence. The resting place of the triangles has become the sacred realm. Thou must never allow the desert man in black armor to lay his hands on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man with his evil heart to enter the sacred realm of legend. The evil man who cast the death curse upon me and sapped my power. Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Though your valiant efforts to break the curse were successful, I was doomed before you started. Yes, I will pass away soon, but do not grieve for me. I have been able to tell you of these important matters. This is Hyrule's final hope. Go on to the castle. There thou will surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Take this stone with you. The stone that man wanted so much that he cast the curse on me. You got the Kokiri's Emerald. It is the spiritual stone of the forest, now entrusted to you by the Grid Deku tree. The future depends upon thee. Thou art courageous. Navi the fairy, help him out to carry out my will. I entreat ye. Goodbye. My final message. Goodbye. Let's go to the place. Bye, Deku Tree. I guess this is kind of morbid. Showing this to your kids, oh no, why did the big tree die? And then the parents have to explain why. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me, princess. Hey, Artie, what'd you do? Great Deku Tree, did he die? How could you do a thing like that? It's all your fault. Missed. Welcome. If you lose your shield, will you come back? Hopefully I get a more permanent one at some point. What? Where are you going? To the castle? What's the castle? Where you gotta go there? Hmm? Yuto's very upset. Did something happen to him? Guess everyone might have some new dialogue now. And I can't swing around in people's houses. Are you going away? She's so mean to me. Nothing here. This house? Is he anywhere in here? Yes, he is. Hey, what are you doing in my house? Okay, he seems to have forgotten that he's mad at me. Mikukuru will die if we leave the forest. You're not going to try to leave the forest, are you? No. Not at all. Oh, you're leaving? I knew that you would leave the forest someday. Because you're different from me and my friends. That's okay. Because we'll be friends forever, won't we? I want you to have this ocarina. Please take good care of it. You received the fairy ocarina. This is a memento from Saraga. Press the thing to play it. On the select item subscreen, you can do... yeah. You can play different notes. Alright. When you play my ocarina, I hope you will think of me and come back to the forest to visit. How very dramatic. Alright, there's your open world now. You can all clap. Yeah, finally got something that I feel like I've heard before. Ooh, look up here. It appears that the time has finally come for you to start your adventure. You will encounter many hardships ahead. That is your fate. Don't feel discouraged even during the toughest times. Go straight this way and you will see Hyrule Castle. You'll meet a princess there. If you're lost and do not know which way to go, look at the map and formulate a plan. The areas you have explored will be shown on the map. Press the stuff to do the thing. And on the sub-screens you will see a flashing dot. Don't ask how I know all of this. Did you get all that? Absolutely, and never say this again. Alright then, I'll see you around. Apparently I know owl people. The true demon soul starts now. It's actually true, look at that, it's something that will probably kill me. Yeah, I can already feel it. It really is demon souls. Some people was joking. The Great Deku Tree wanted us to go to visit the princess at Hyrule Castle. Shouldn't we get going? Are you rushing me or something? Oh, Castle, Long Long Ranch. Oh, now it's a roll. See, it is Dark Souls after all. I knew it. And look at that. It switched to nighttime. Be gone. I'm accosted by demons. I was just about to say that, like, I'm getting essentially no rewards for surviving this bitter night of demons. Oh, that's a big one. And does this open during the day? It does. Yeah, that's such a clever, like, a low polygon solution to a lot of these problems. Okay. Alright, I think I've gotten my fill out of this. I kind of feel like I'm never going to go back to it. Like, it's interesting to me. It scratches a certain itch. But the controls are a little bit too maximalist. And I might switch to maybe the 3DS version. And see if I like that more. I'll try that on my own time. And if that happens, we'll probably come back to this. Well, maybe if I find, like, some ROM hack or whatever that changes the controls a little bit. Maybe one of those newfangled recompilation efforts might be good as well. I have to have a look. But so far, so good. Thank you for watching so far. Hope you got something into this. And hopefully we'll be back soon. See you then. With whatever I decide. See you then.
How about neutral? Oh man, I don't really do neutral. Hey, it's Cobb here. I watch ArtyloTV, and if you know me, that's saying something. I don't like streamers, but I watch him. I watched him play a game about a guy doing some fucking weird shit. I don't remember, but I watched it. I did. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get that time back, but I watched it. ArtyloTV.